Choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. Hide or put people in timeout. Manage the messages held for review. Add moderators to your channel. To build a positive live chat experience for you and your viewers.
You're going to build a positive experience.
No, I don't want anything positive. Freaking moderation.
I know.
What's wrong with freedom of speech? Let people say what they want to say. Water seeks its own level, right? If you want to look stupid, then go ahead. Just open it up, man. Let's see. Learn more. Close. Hi. Brazil and Netherlands. Wow, it's like I'm working DX.
I don't know how to find your stream here.
So stand by. We're still trying to work this out. Never done this one before, and
oh, there we go. 75 watching now.
Okay. So I don't think you need.
No, I don't need to do that.
You need that.
I do not. I need this. Yeah, there we go. Germany.
So one thing about this is, if you come into the stream late, if you're not familiar with YouTube, and I should be saying this later in the stream, but you can always just grab the bar and move it back and watch start from the beginning. It's like caching it as I go along. So.
See, we're up to 105 now.
Okay. Not to keep everybody waiting, but you sort of want to. Nobody wants to be left out. You don't want to leave anybody out. So we don't want to do that. That's not nice. And we were told to be nice here.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know if there's a website to get all the diagrams of radios.
Diagrams of what kind of radios? I use either writers, which, yeah, I mean, for old tube radios and some solid state stuff, all the writers covered the old, like, pre and post war tube stuff, and that was on, I think it's called Nostalgia Air, resources on Nostalgia Air. Otherwise, there's Beatman's, there's, of course, Sam's, and there's other stuff floating around out there. You just sort of have to be resourceful. That's what you have to be, resourceful. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it all depends. If it's a 60s General Electric transistor radio, you're going to be looking at Sam's, and you can buy them directly off the website, or you can buy them off eBay in the manuals, the books. Or if it's a tube radio, you can usually find them online. There's a lot of support, a lot of community for tube radios. Anyway, what we got here, these are over the course of about 8 months. These are transistor radios that people have donated to the channel. I don't know what's here. People have said, hey, I want to donate some transistor radios. Generally, you don't do a live unboxing because you don't know what kind of things might be hidden in these boxes.
Yeah.
This might become an adult-rated show very quick. And at that point, just run out and unplug the Starlink, okay?
All right.
Just pull the plug out of it, because I don't want to, as many times as I said this is not for kids, I don't want to have to take that back. So how are we doing?
We are at 0.18 now.
0.18, okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a go number, or should we just start going?
We're at 0.2 now.
Okay.
I'm
gonna 0.2?
Yeah, 0.2.
Okay.
It's jumping up pretty fast.
Okay.
Everyone's saying Merry Christmas and all sorts of other stuff. Nothing really No questions yet. Let's get to 250 and then we'll do one.
Okay. Of course, if you didn't catch it, one of the most entertaining things that's happened on YouTube happened within the past couple weeks in this little repair community, which was, and I'm blanking out on the name right now. I always call him, when I hear him and I see him, I think of Phil Collins. Who am I thinking of? Why am I blanking out on it right now? Someone's going to get it based on that. He took apart a $50,000 preamplifier, and the company went to copyright him for. Who am I thinking of? Did someone say it?
The British guy.
Yeah, the British guy. I'm blanking out.
MendIt Mark?
Yeah, MendIt Mark.
Yeah, okay.
If you didn't follow the whole MendIt Mark drama, that he put out this video on this $50,000 phono amplifier, and of course he takes it apart and he fixes it, and it pissed the company off, so they pulled a copyright on him. And the whole community just decided to repost his video. Somehow it wound up on archive.org, and then it's just been reposted hundreds of times. That is what you call the Streisand effect. That's the definition of the Streisand effect right there. They should have just kept their mouth shut and let it go. It was free advertising to a certain point, but now it's just backlash. So if you didn't see that, find the original video and watch it, and then go back and watch his reply to it. It is that charming, sarcastic British humor that just will make your eyes water if you actually get what's going on. It's hilarious.
All right, we're at 0.25, so I think we should open one.
Okay, I see that here too.
Yeah, okay, you can see it.
Yeah. I cloned my dog. What time is it in Germany? Seems like. Let's see. Let's start with the. Of course, this I just saw this and I had to throw it. You know, this is going to be a top performer right here, right? This is.
Yeah. It is 8:30 p.m. in Germany. Right?
Okay. Well, that's perfect.
Someone said using a tripod is a special event.
Oh, you're not okay. Let me make you feel like okay. There you go.
Yeah.
You feel more like it's one of my videos. Okay. So now I'm gonna open the big one first.
Ooh.
Okay. There we go.
Wasn't there a past video on a Mickey Mouse radio?
Probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There-
Mickey Mouse radios.
There's a whole following for novelty radios. They're actually sort of a class of their own, and people really like novelty radios.
We're almost at 300.
Okay. T-shirt,
Ooh.
brand new. Premium performance. Okay, this is we're going to play with this tonight. We're going to try this tonight. It's supposed to resonate with the radio's internal antenna or something like that, and sort of act as an amplifier. I never understood why or how these would work if the radio was aligned properly. If the antenna was properly aligned, then I mean, it just seems like this would sort of change the alignment of the internal antenna. So, but what do I know?
They like the antenna.
They like the antenna?
Yeah.
Well, we'll try it tonight. We're out in the Mojave Desert. There's nothing. This is a very low signal environment.
Yeah,
That's
very
what.
remote.
Wow, this one actually came with batteries. Tell me if I get out of the center of the shot, okay?
Yeah, well,
you're watching.
You're pretty good so far.
Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Sony, this one's made in Japan. This is 1 IF stage. Wow, that's no 2 IF stages. You got yellow, white, and black. So this is like a decent performing city radio. It might pick up some stuff out here at night. AM solid state. Okay. Okay, and this one has the batteries with it. So we'll start with the little Sony there. Okay, next. Comes with a power cord, and it looks like Panasonic RF 2400D. Panasonic made good radios. Another t-shirt. This might be interesting to test this tonight also. Because this is sort of a modern, I wonder if this has got that digital tuning. It's in it's in a couple languages here, made in Indonesia. Panasonic RF 2400. Okay, we have a note here. These radios are nothing special, but I hope you can use them. Maybe you can use the antenna tuner out in the desert, but knowing you, you probably have one already. The radios all seem to work. The Polish hot dog.
Polish hot dog.
Yeah, thank you, Polish hot dog. Aren't all hot dogs Polish?
Yeah.
All right, number 3 here.
Oh, we have another Polish viewer on here. Positive reception for the Panasonic radio.
Yeah, well,
it's going to be a good one.
We'll have to see how it actually. See, that's why we're out here, because you can't fake it out here. In the city, I can test a radio and get a real false perception that it's going to be a good performer. And okay, here we go. GE AM FM radio. Save for future reference. How to use. Again, GE made decent radios too. A lot of it had the honkoidal flavoring to it, but well, these are in nice condition. This is a 7-2500 Hong Kong. complies with FCC regulations.
Somebody called it, yeah. Hong Kong.
You know what I need? I need a screwdriver. Stand by.
Yes, we're gonna be back when it's dark.
Yeah, we'll come back tonight. We'll take you on a little tour of where we're at here in a little bit. Go outside and walk around a little bit. So it's a one chip wonder. It's got a Hitachi chip in it. T916 T916B. It's got 2 transistors here. Looks okay. Again, we'll have to try it tonight. You just can only guess, about the difference between marketing and actual real performance.
Yeah, we're up to 0.46 now too.
Okay. Earphone listening.
Sao Paulo. Very nice.
I remember probably 4 years ago, my friend Chris found this TV out on the street, and this had graffiti all over the front of it. This was the last live stream I did. And I went up and we did this live stream from like Hollywood Boulevard getting this TV. And this guy from Israel's watching. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy thinking? These guys out live streaming, and there's people walking by, and I got this big floodlight and I'm live streaming, whatever. That video is still out there. And then I resurrected it. I brought it back, and I just left the graffiti right on the front of it. That was a fun one. Sanyo. RP5115. Get your eBay searches going. AM/FM. 5 watts. Stand by. I'm going to open that if I can. One of my favorite things that people do when they make YouTube videos is they leave the part in when they take the screws out. There's nothing more exciting than watching some guy with a screwdriver take the screws out of a piece of old equipment and not editing it out. Like, someone should just do a video of just like 4 hours of taking the back off of something. Oh, wow, this is sort of old school. This is sort of old school. It's all solid state. It's all transistors. It looks like it's probably... It doesn't look very impressive. It looks like it's got maybe 2 FMIF stages and 1 AMIF stage.
Somebody wants to know why you opened it.
Why wouldn't I open it? What's the point of it if you can't look at the insides of it? I mean, that's what... This is a technical channel. I mean, that's what... that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the guts, how well it works, how I can fix it. There's actually a big interest in transistor radios, much more so than vintage televisions. If you look at the different groups and, Facebook and those that have the vintage groups, There's always way more activity on radios in general. I think TV is just out of reach. I'll get that later. And a little bit on the complicated side for a lot of people. Radio is something you can just turn on and play with. A TV takes a lot of effort to maintain and get a signal source to. Okay, how are we doing?
We're about to hit 500.
Okay. Keep going or what?
Yeah, I think we should keep going.
What's going on? Anybody saying anything profound?
Not yet. People are talking about radios, doing radios, not TVs.
Yeah. That's not good.
Did the Starlink?
Okay. I think so. Okay.
But no, I'm still seeing
This says live. So we are using Starlink. This is sort of my new toy I purchased. I'll show you that. It's pretty cool. It's just a thing you give voltage and it gives you internet. You see it?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Okay. This one I could use some help with. This was sent to me by a gentleman who has sent me radios to repair before. And this is a kit. This is Unassembled model 666. There's no instructions with it. So we need to figure it out and assemble it. And yes, it's just a generic 6-transistor radio. But when you have a PCB that wasn't, well, I'll show you. When you have a PCB like this that is just completely blank and doesn't have any component, it's just literally a hole, a pin cushion board with no components. I mean, obviously we can figure out probably where the volume control and where the IF transformers go and where the audio output transformers go. But we need to find someone who has the assembly instructions or something rather than trying to reverse engineer this. We've been trying without success. So this is basically your standard little radio that's just all blank. It's just all unassembled in pieces with no instructions of any kind.
So instead of just wing it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but the amount of time that it would take to do that is... So here it is. It's just a bag of components, and it's all of these kind of floor sweeping transistors without numbers on them, which you can use a component identifier to figure that out. That's really not that hard. We know by the colors what the IF transformers are. We can probably easily figure the oscillator section out. Can figure the oscillator section out in the audio output, but the IF and stuff in the middle, that would be pretty tough without any kind of clue. And it's even got those old crappy gray capacitors that are probably open. So this is one of these completely unassembled, and we have not been able to find instructions on it. So if anybody knows, because I'll do a video building it. So no one in their right mind is going to spend 24 hours watching me get close to suicide trying to assemble a radio that I don't have any kind of data on.
Klinko sporculated?
Klinko sporculated, you better believe it. Only at KFC. Okay, next.
It's the radio kit from hell is what they're calling the last one.
Well, it's probably one of the most common radios that's out there, but the thing is no two of them are ever alike. I mean, you'll see, you know, they're those dime store radios, and you'll see 10,000 of them, and no two of them will ever be alike. Front. So again, if you, the way YouTube live streams work, if you're not familiar with it, if you're just joining this, you can always just grab the video seek bar down at the bottom and drag it back to the beginning, and it should all be cached in there, and you can, it's pretty neat the way it works.
You need more loud mufflers in the background.
Yeah, really, it's too damn quiet out here. Yeah, I have no idea. This is a General Electric. It looks like it's in nice shape.
They want you to wiggle the camera a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Just to take it back.
Looks like a General Electric here. What are you laughing at?
Oh, the camera wiggle.
Oh. Hey man, if I could be a professional YouTuber and not have to have a day job and just spend a whole week making one video. Imagine how relevant I could be. Imagine I could like join the big boys crowd and be like grinding on the eBay tip too.
Someone just sent you $20.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
See, and I was just going to talk about eBaying.
Didn't even have to.
Please, my rent is due.
They said they like your day job. It gives them entertainment.
Yeah, my day job is pretty entertaining.
Oh, that reminds me. Someone earlier asked if that Jeep you worked on the transmission on.
Oh, the Jeep. Oh, that pile of shit. Does anyone here watch I Do Cars every Saturday night? I Do Cars. Because he did that Jeep motor last week.
Yeah, people know.
Okay, so well, I dig around for a flat screwdriver. Long story, I moonlight as a make-believe. I pretend to be an auto repair technician sometimes. And I got stuck with this Jeep. 2018 Jeep Wrangler with a 4-cylinder turbo in it. And this car had been to, had these kind of really stupid kind of mall getter tires on it. But the story was it was a younger girl who, her and her dog would travel all over the place and go off-roading in this Jeep, just solo. And this thing had been to several other shops and no one could fix it. And turned out someone who didn't know what they were doing put a head gasket on it. Well, they were okay with that part of it. but all the like peripheral stupid accessory stuff was all screwed up. And I sorted it all out. It drove me crazy trying to sort out someone else's problems. And then she picks it up, right? She drives it for 2 weeks. You're asking what happened to that Jeep.
Yeah.
She drives it for 2 weeks. It starts overheating. I told her, I'm like, don't trust this thing to go out off-roading until you've tested it for at least 6 months and had friends with you. She takes it out. 2 weeks later on the next trip, it overheats. She's like, hell with it. I'm just going to keep driving it. She literally drives it until the engine seized and a rod came out the side of the block. At that point, it was just like, no, we're done. We can't help you anymore. So go try and get whatever equity you think you can get out of it, because she was still making payments on it. And she, hopefully she went out and bought another Stellantis product.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what happened to the Jeep. It was a short-lived resurrection. Strong Velcro below something carefully. Okay, well, I lost track of something here. So what do we got here? This is like a 60s P707, P807 GE. So interesting. I'm sure this is going to need to be repaired. This looks very American made to me, with the big honkin' transformer and the IF cans in it and the old school transistors. These actually perform really well, the old style transistor there. Yeah, so anyway, you had to take my mind off of this with that stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Oh, someone brought up the Jeff Dunham video.
Okay, yeah, the Jeff Dunham video. So that's been done before. Of course, not with a Predicta, but the thing is this country is, so big, and we have, nooks and crannies everywhere, warehouses and basements with just stuff like that hidden everywhere. The video I released today on the Sylvania, I have several new in the box old Sylvania sets that have never been opened that I got out of the warehouse box. New old Bell full color set, and fired it up and played video games on it. So it's not like it hasn't been done before. His video, of course, was very professional. It was produced. You obviously had makeup and grooming involved in the people in the video. It's not something I do. I'm much more technical. His whole thing was, the history and all of that of it, and that's can be appreciated. But for me, what I hear, it's like, let's fix it, and let's explain why and try and diagnose it and actually get to the bottom of something, not just sort of a looky-loo party. But yeah, that has sort of dominated the discussion lately everywhere, and I think all of us that have received that message or that link 500 times are a bit just like, okay, make it stop. Please make it stop. Okay, this is from Germany. I know what this is. Go green. I wonder how that's working for you in Germany. What this is a, and we're going to do a video on this. This is a kit that, a TRF transistor radio kit. Guess this is like customs declaration stuff. We'll keep that out of there. So this is supposed to be a TRF transistor radio kit that was developed by a viewer and handmade. Ooh. So this is going to be interesting to build. So I'm just going to do a quick. So here's all the instructions. Electronic kit from SK Quick Start.
We have the maker of the
Oh, you're watching, huh?
Yeah, Stefan Klaus.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for sending this. I'm not going to dig into this right now. But we will do a full video on this, and I know this was a special one-off thing that you did, and I appreciate that. Infozol. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, this is in German, but I think it might have like some address or something on it, so I want to be careful with that. So it's got.
He said that's a letter for customs.
Really? Why did we expect customs to open it? I guess so. No, I mean I guess they could, right?
Yeah, it's probably suspicious looking enough.
Yeah, I mean you X-ray this thing and it's full of electronic parts. They probably would. So this is his homemade board, which these are cool. I used to make linear amplifiers for CBs when I was in high school, and like this with copper and a Dremel and 2 MRF 455 transistors. Of course, that was before the internet. So, okay. So here it is. It made it safe. It does not look like customs penetrated it. So a future video on this. Thank you, Stefan. Oh, very interesting. This one I got to be very careful to keep this all together. Okay. 648.
Yep, 648.
And the camera's like twerking here.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. Am I in the center there?
Yeah, you're good. Someone asked, what was the hardest TV to resurrect for you?
Oh, God. You know, I'd probably have to go back through the videos, but they're all usually challenging in their own way. Every one of them. It seems like that last one, that Packard Bell, that thing was tough. There was a Philco 48-1001, and that thing was rusty, and every single capacitor was just shorted in it. It didn't matter if it was mica or, I mean, there was just, that thing was not working unless, I don't know, there have been too many of them, and I'm saving the worst one that I found in the root cellar of an abandoned mining place. Well, it wasn't abandoned at the time. It's where the guy gave me most of those TVs, but this thing, the mud had been running from the flash floods down into it, and it's literally just, it's a box full of sand. So, I mean, okay, these are these Emerson 911s. Someone told me they were going to send me these. Emerson 911. This should be a pretty good performing radio. In fact, I think I might actually focus on one of these. You know, once I hang this up, I might focus EIA 171. We'll try and get one of these. These are all the same. Try and get one of these working for tonight. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all the same. Never break pocket radio.
Now this set's $72.
That's cool. I appreciate the donations and stuff. They get put right back into this stuff. You know, I don't
$10 for knife suit.
I don't usually ask, but it's cool. I reinvest it back into, you know, tools. And so should we walk around the cabin a little bit and show everybody where we're at?
Sure.
You're gonna sit there.
Our remote location.
Does everybody want to look around?
I'll sit here and monitor for you.
Everybody's probably thinking, oh, you're out in the city. No.
I don't know. There's a lack of mufflers and jets.
So we'll go outside here. That's the Starlink. And that's called Starlink Mini. And it's pretty cool. You just give it anywhere between 12 and 48 volts DC. It's internally regulated. You just give it power and it just goes. And I'm getting about 20 up and 200 down right now out here. So this is about as remote as you can get. Here's the cabin. These are little miner shacks, and these are spread around through the desert and mountains and stuff of the West. We are on like federal land, and generally they're volunteer maintained. People that visit them just take care of them and, you know, keep them clean and keep the roofs decent on them. And this one has some sort of neat stone work. It's just an old plywood shack. Have I still got a link?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. See how far I can go here. How far does Wi-Fi go? Like 50 meters or so? Starting to get a little trashy here. Someone wired this for a generator. They got, you know, there's a little like kitchen area here. It's got a little wood burning stove. Of course, we got to have the flagophilia, and it's called the Flavor Town cabin.
Yes.
So that's your view when you come look outside. And here's our junk pile. So anyway, yeah, that I'm impressed with that thing so far. I'm really, that seems like a pretty cool backup plan. And it's held the stream for I don't know how long, so obviously we're good. Where's the crepe erase? I don't know. We left that on the home shopping channel. I was just listening to a podcast that was all about how all of those stupid advertisements for all that medication, you know, nobody is sitting at home watching TV going, honey, I think I need to call my doctor Monday morning about a prescription for Skyrizi. No, the whole point of that whole thing is lobbying. These big pharma wants.
What is Skyrizi?
I don't know. It's something that keeps something from falling off. It's for some condition they made up for it to be for. It's the whole point of those advertisements is simply to launder money to the big networks so they'll step into line whenever they do something wrong. That's the whole point of that. That's lobbying. You're seeing Washington lobbying live on TV when you see those ads for Linzest and Sky Rizzy.
It's for soggy flaps, apparently.
Oh, well, that
Yeah.
if a condition doesn't exist for the medication, create one. And of course, people in Europe, they don't know what the hell I'm talking about because those ads are banned in Europe.
Yep.
Okay, this looks like this has a phone number or something on it. I don't want to. Ozempic. Everybody needs Ozempic.
Yes.
My body has an Ozempic deficiency, damn it.
You need to get picked up the Ozempic.
I think I'm having an Ozempic
Ooh,
craving
Walmart
right now.
bags.
Is that what that is? Boy, man, somebody wanted to.
They want to make sure you were set.
In California, they wanted to create a damn
that's money right
hazmat emergency.
It's a super fun site now.
All right. Arvin, 8 transistor. Do I need to come closer, further away? What do I need to
I
do?
think you're good just right
there. Arvin, 8 transistor. That's sort of cool. It's my opportunity to turn on the camera and act stupid.
We are at 0.75 now.
That's kind of cool. That looks sort of American made. 75 ohm speaker. And look at the old banana slicer with open tuning. But this uses some funky battery, I'm sure. It doesn't say the voltage, but this is going to be one of those like weird mercury batteries, like 4.2 volts or something. But that's kind of cool. That probably deserves a video of its own. 8 transistor. Let me see how many IF. Only one IF stage? Really? The oscillator coil. There's the first and
Only it up a little bit.
Only 2 IF. Only two IF transformers. So that's not. Well, hold on a second. This is the oscillator coil. It's the old school style. So yeah, maybe it is a 2 IF set. This is very cool. This might be worth a video, like a dedicated video. I'm gonna have to clean all this up.
What's your favorite radio? Do you have a favorite radio?
As far as what?
Daily driver stuff. What he says.
I don't know. I mean, they all have. The radio I actually been like is those stupid Iraqi radios. Those are the hardest damn things to get. I worked on getting those Iraqi radios for years. I mean, I knew about those. I knew that Iraq had some sort of manufacturing base, some sort of industrial thing, cooperation with like Matsushita and that. Japan going back years, and I had been trying to get those radios. I mean, of course, the Soviet stuff, was like that was new when it was new to me. But the Soviet stuff is really easy to get, man. Those Iraqi radios, those things just took years and years. And finally, I found someone who was super cool, and they hooked me up. Someone who lived there, and they hooked me up. Let me try and get a screwdriver. Those are just unique. They're unique and they're hard to get. Of course, the performance is not very good because that was intentional. It was intentional, part of state control to have poor performing.
A little bit with the radio.
Right there.
Yeah, that's good.
So same thing, 2 IF stages, oscillator 1 and 2. So this is going to be just another, decent performing city radio. That's an Elgin 10 transistor. Lloyd's TR12. Oh, look at that. I love these schematics with all the parallel output transistors to get the count up, and then one configured as a diode for the bias regulation. And it's just like, so that's going to just be all of these are sort of just generic. As far as modern radios go, that I don't even know how to pronounce it, that Qdosin or whatever that one is that I did a video on. And nothing outperforms that except maybe my transoceanic you saw sitting on the floor in here.
Hi from Iraq. Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the Iraqi radios, the HARP radios. They are definitely not DXers. They were designed to just pick up the couple state radio stations, and they were so detuned and that. It's a GE. It's got the pin drive speaker. Another cost-cutting thing that GE came up with. These can work okay. We'll try this out later. Next. What else is going on there? Anything?
Someone asked you saw that 1,000 watt radio, the blue super sensitive.
What?
I don't know. We're talking about Soviet transistor radios right now. That's the big topic in there.
Okay, yeah. So the Soviet transistor radios, a lot. The older ones, of course, the '60s ones were always usually pretty good performers. Most of them had filters in the IF, some type of crystal filter, and they just were really sensitive because, of course, Russia is not a small landmass, and you wanted, something your radio to be heard far and wide. Unlike Iraq, where you probably were just trying to cover, with 50,000 watts, one small city with what you had to say. Russia, the Soviet electronics, they have their flaws, but they're worth getting into because the performance is generally pretty impressive when they're done working right. So this is a real tone. This is pretty generic. So
the 1000W was the model of the radio, not the watts.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The one that comes to mind right now, I think, is the Sokol 402, something like that. It's a
All right, people keep asking the hardest radio. It keeps popping up.
The hardest?
The hardest one you've ever had to fix.
Oh God, that last one I did on that, that one that, the last video I did where it started out with a zenith. It was started out, the picture or the thumbnail is a red zenith. It was last week's video. And that one was pretty easy to, the zenith was easy, but then the second one, not only was there no service data, and it was one of the Hong Kong specials, but it had work done to it that had things put in the wrong place. And I'm chasing these problems without any kind of service data, so I'm really just in the dark. And then you compound the budget build with the fact that someone else has tampered with it. And yeah, the video is like 45 minutes, right? But that actually took me all day. Yeah, I mean, I took a break and had lunch or whatever, but I was doing some domestic chores around the house. But for the most part, I spent a full 8-hour day doing that damn thing. And the video, for me, making the video doesn't add time to it. So it wasn't drawn out because I was making a video. It's obviously, it's not like I'm sitting there setting up every shot with a camera like a lot of guys are. I'm grabbing the damn camera and showing you where I'm at the moment. I'm not trying to make a professional video. I'm trying to troubleshoot the damn radio. My brain is here. It's not in, making a great video. That's why my videos are the way they are. But yeah, that one was not easy. I don't think that was the hardest, but that one was not easy. So if you didn't watch that video, the one from last week, and I was satisfied. Oh, and another one I had with a stupid bad capacitor in the IF can. That one took me a couple days, I think. Well, this is very cool. Anyway, Silvertone model 4217. Wow, look at the gold transistors in this one. This is sort of unique. Can you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
And of course, it's in classic Sears Silvertone fashion. It has right here, it has the chassis tag. You see that? You see what I'm showing?
I can.
So almost all vintage Sears stuff had one of these tags with a chassis number on it. This is sort of cool. Look at the open frame tuning capacitor. Yeah, this one gets sort of high marks. So I think, unfortunately, well, no, the antenna is not broken here. That's good. I think out of this box, I think that these two are the most interesting to me. And this is probably made by Arvin, isn't it? Didn't Arvin make radios for Sears? The number is chassis. I can't read that. My damn phone here. This is what happens when you start to get old and your damn senses start to wear out. This is a kind of... I need to zoom in further than that. Yeah, when the camera and the phone is better than your eyes, it's like time to check out, I think. 327. No, 132.7490. Let me do that. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's coming up on the other screen.
132.7490. So 132 is who manufactured it. And I don't know. These transistors with the S on top of them. What's that? Who made those? 260. Can you see that?
Yes,
Am
you
I?
can see that Signetics.
Okay. That's who made them.
Oh, thanks for the donation, person.
Yeah. Thanks for the donation. I can't look at it. I have a friend here who's watching and reading me the comments.
Yep. We're almost to 800 viewers.
And like I've said earlier, if you're not familiar with YouTube live stream, you can always just grab the seek bar down at the bottom and rewind it back to the beginning, and it's like caching it as we go along. And I think I'll save the video. I think it can. Okay, well, the party's almost over here. We only got one left.
That's good. It seems like it's kind of peaked anyway, in viewership.
I would like to acknowledge and give the person who packed the box of radios in plastic bags the environmental award. I would like to. I mean, you want to grind the California politicians down. You want to use plastic, or maybe you should pack it with plastic straws. That would really get them concerned.
Super fun scene accomplished. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Guess what we're going to do with all these plastic bags? Guess where they're going? Right into the fire.
Yep.
That way everybody in the world can enjoy the smoke. Just spread it around and share. Don't call me selfish. So for those who have been watching, I'm going to ask a question here. You got to read it. Okay, it's going fast, right?
Yeah.
Is there any one that you'd like to see me power up before I end this video?
I'll get a consensus in chat. Somebody said the Sony, the Sears, Arvin.
The only problem with the Arvin is I don't know the voltage. I probably have to. I'm going to guess it's 4.5. I don't.
Seems like a toss-up between the Sears and the Arvin and the Sony. Those are the top three that people want to see.
So there's nothing here that says what the battery number is. It fits in here. It's definitely some unique battery. I don't even know which size positive and negative. Maybe this is what fell out of it right here. Let's see. 9-volt battery. NITA number 161. Everready 206. Isn't that just a standard 9-volt battery? That's not going to fit in there.
If you want to know the model number on the Arvin, probably get the voltage on it. Yeah, it's the Silvertone and the Sears. Someone said $5 for the Sears.
64. Okay, here's the Arvin. 64R38. Arvin is a 64R38.
Okay.
And I can get I'm sure I have all the schematics for all of these in my phone. I just need to sit down and dig them up in the catalog and then get it.
They're saying it's a 9-volt.
So it's around 9 volts.
206 9-volt.
Oh, okay. Ah, somebody else recently brought one of these radios to. It's funny, as my dad had one of these he bought when he was young, and he still has it today, and it still works. And all I think I did is I replaced a broken wire in it once. The Radar-Matic by Panasonic, and there was another video done on this recently by another channel. And this has this sort of interesting thing where you wind this like a clock or like a watch. And when it's powered up, you hit this and it turns to the next station automatically and stops and locks. It's all mechanical. It's all electromechanical. It's like Seek on a digital radio, but it's Radar-Matic by Panasonic. I think this is a 1000. Yeah, R1000, 10 transistor, 3 diodes. So yeah, you know what? Someone glued this back together, but I think we're going to do it.
People wanted to see this one power up.
Oh, they're gonna see it.
Oh,
and we're gonna give it some extra voltage with these lithium cells. And I've used these before, and these are about 1.9 volts or 1.8 volts when they're full out of the thing. So you want to put, if you're going to use these, put a diode in series with each one. So you know, a regular silicon diode will knock it down about a half a volt. You really don't want to overvolt these old radios, you know, for an extended period of time. Because they'll be happy for a minute, but then they'll go quiet.
Not functional.
No, it's dead. It's totally quiet. DX, M, or L. I think someone from Canada sent me this too. This is very cool. So we're going to get a repair video out of this for sure. How are we doing here? Are we 7?
Yeah. I think this is going to be the peak number.
Yeah, I don't want to burn everybody out.
Yeah.
The AI thing tells me that my subscribers really don't like.
They're really pushing the Sears radio.
Okay, the Sears radio. Where did I put that?
I don't know.
This one here.
Also, those people that don't know, we'll be back tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be back tonight. I think what I'm going to do is I'll go through all of these and we'll see which ones work and which ones don't. And then I'll come back and we'll do just sort of a DX challenge with them. We always get interesting DX out here in the middle of nowhere. And that's why I came out here. I mean, I could have done this from home. I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to power this one up right here just because.
Oh, Mickey Mouse. We're back to where we started.
This is probably like...
Disney's going to come shut us down.
Oh, yeah, I might get a copyright violation here for this. I already scanned the band out here with my Transoceanic, which is sort of my go-to radio when it comes to, you know, sort of having a benchmark of what's going on. And there's very, very little out here. I could sort of get the country station. I could sort of get KNX. And I could get a sports station. So let's see. Nothing.
Is Mickey dead?
Absolutely nothing. Look at, there's a damn schematic in there of the thing. There's a 2-inch by 1-inch schematic of this radio that's you can't even read. Why even bother? Why even bother to waste the paper? Nothing. Totally quiet. Totally quiet.
It's twinkle dinkulated.
I'm tempted to try this GE because as horribly built as these things are, they usually just work. And that's a correct statement. I mean, I'll put it to the mic. It's picking up a phone. Okay. So,
Get some phone movement.
okay.
People want the Mickey end of life.
The Mickey end of life. Oh man, could you imagine EOLing that? I would get sued. The hell are you doing to our beloved products? Defaming the absolute. Okay. Someone, is that a social security number? Is that what that is? Really? That's what you call desperation right there. Am I good on the video?
Oh yeah, you're perfect.
What the hell?
It looks like every other
It's
radio repair video.
It's engraved here too. The new thing with this stupid behavior is engraving your personal identification on your catalytic converter. But people take it too far. They're engraving it on the muffler, and they're engraving it on resonators and cats on cars that people don't even steal. Like, nobody is going to steal the cats off your V6 Accord. Nobody wants that. Nobody. It's not worth it. Okay, so this is 6 volts, right?
Yeah.
Or is it 9 volts? Now I'm rolling on the short bus here.
I can go back up and look.
No, this is 9 volts.
Okay.
This takes 6 AA batteries. Oh, and this has those Elna capacitors in it too. This looks American made with the carbon resistors and six silver tone pin light cells. This is why you don't usually do these videos live, because when you do bench videos, you don't really want all of this dead, you know, this dead. These are 3.3 volts a piece. So 0 to 50 milliamps right there.
Someone asked who sent all the radios.
What?
A bunch of people. Oh, someone asked who sent the radios. Just viewers.
Oh, just different people. I removed all the labels and stuff to, you know, just out of respect for people's privacy, but I don't know. I don't remember. This is gonna be kind of hard to get to. Down here, I might have to get creative with that.
More people asking about the Predicta unboxing.
What about it?
What'd you think of it? What was your opinion on it? It's kind of a broad question.
Well, I knew about it, and it took place a while ago, and it took place probably like a year ago, and I knew about it because they went and got that resistor from the electronics store that, you know, I'm friends with everybody at, and they told me what was going on, and I'd also heard about it, and that set was, I believe that was won in an auction that supported the museum. And it was big. It was sort of big news there in the television community, and then it sort of just like faded away, and now it's back with a vengeance. And I'm a little bit over it, and I, chatted with Bob about it a little bit. Of course, Bob Anderson is the absolute guru of actually restoring Predictas. I mean, there's other guys out there that do it, but as far as somebody who's does it on YouTube and sort of teaches the right way to restore, Predictas properly so you can put them into, semi-daily driver use, is Bob Anderson. And the kids all call it Bob Anderson, B. Anderson University, because it's so comprehensive that it's like taking a university course. How am I gonna get to this damn thing? But yeah, I watched it. I thought it was polished. I thought it was typical Hollywood stuff. You know, obviously it was done on a set, and there was probably makeup and grooming and yeah, I bring those stupid stand by. Certainly don't have anything bad to say. I mean, it was well done. Predicta are sort of in their own league, and they have their own following, and you know, it's not really my interest. My interest is you know, mid 60s to early 70s color. That's really what I'm about. You know, I like color sets, and I like the complexity of a color set, and the you can still kind of watch them. Okay, so we're going to bridge this from here to here. Okay. Let's do a little bit of a test here. Can you see what I'm doing there?
Yes. Yeah, you got a good overall view of everything.
Okay, so there's our current limiting light bulb. So this should be about 9 volts right here through this diode. I think the one most awesome thing I've read on the internet all year was there was this discussion about the Predicta unboxing, and there was a guy that wrote a big long thing about how he broke down and cried when they pulled it out of the box because something is only new once, and you know, once you lose that, it's something that's been lost forever and it can never be brought back. And just thinking to myself, dude, it's just a TV, like, like totally, But I mean, and that's sort of what the target of that video was, to strike those emotions, because emotions drive traffic, and traffic drives revenue. So when you put out a well-produced video like that, it tends to wire people up, to inflame people, and that's good for business. Slow, boring video is not good for business. So we want to put the positive on the positive, and then we want to just sort of do this real quick.
I am not Chris, just so you guys know.
Oh no, this is not Chris.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah.
Chris is watching, hopefully. Yeah, Chris is still alive and doing well. Hopefully we'll get together and do something in EOL or something soon.
They want to EOL the Mickey for New Year's.
I don't want to EOL the Mickey Mouse radio. It's probably worth the most money here.
Maybe that's why they want you
to. Okay, here we go. We ready?
Ooh.
Let's turn the power on here. Okay, are we on AM or FM? Where's the selector? FM, AFC. Let's go to AM. We might get some FM out here, huh?
Yeah, we might.
Okay, so is everything in frame there? Can you see the meter?
Yeah, you can see the meter.
Okay.
The other part in your hand, you could probably bring in a little more.
Like that?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, well, it's 15 milliamps. I'm turning the dial with my finger here. Nothing. I'm gonna flip the FM. could manage to do this and not screw it up, or did I already see? Okay, what did I do? Did one of these crappy Chinese click leads go open already? Not making good contact here. Okay, there we go. Let me do this. Let me extend the antenna. Okay, so we're about 20 milliamps on FM, which is about right. Tuning it, and there's just nothing. It's just, there's a pop when I give it power. Listen. But nothing. Silent. These capacitors are just not going to be at their peak performance after 50 years. This is so sloppy. Okay, the other one was the other real tone, right? Or the Arvin. This.
Yeah, the Arvin was the other heavily requested.
And we're assuming that this one's 12 volt or 9 volts too?
9 volts as well.
Can you see the meter in there?
Yeah.
Do I need to get closer? Oh, I'm okay,
No, I think
huh?
you're perfect. Yeah, I think that's as good as you'll get.
I don't think that's right. Look at the milliamps and look at the light bulbs. Yeah, that's why I'm using a grain of wheat current limiting lamp right there. Can you see the light in the video?
Yeah.
So something's not happy there. So let me reverse this. Oh.
It's alive.
I'm going to say this one's working.
Yeah, sounds like it.
In fact, let's do this. I brought it. You don't ever want to leave your house without your signal generator. So let's just do one megahertz or 1,000 kilohertz. Modulation AM on. What I'll do is I'll just sort of lay that there. There it is. So this one's working. Something's not right though. I mean, it's 35 milliamps. This should be 10 milliamps maximum. So either I'm way overvolting it. Oh, look at that, the damn light's on. The current limiting light bulb is on. So either I'm way overvolting it. Let's go down to 6 volts here. Let's see, 3, 6. Same thing. Still, at 6 volts, it's idling at 25 milliamps. It's way too much for a radio like this. Should be 10. So something, either transistors out of whack or something's not one of these germanium transistors, but should be able to get a schematic on this.
So somebody just said they looked at the schematic and they're claiming it's 9 volt.
Okay. Well, on the schematic, it should tell what on the SAMs, it usually tells what the current draw is too, right on the, how about the Elgin? It's an interesting battery thing. So are we going to assume one's 9 volts too? We can try. Yeah, that's, more respectable, 6 milliamps at 6 volts. Let's go up to 9 and 10 milliamps. So that seems about what I would expect.
You want you to try out the loop antenna.
I will do that tonight when I have some DX. I don't see a point in using, I don't think it would do much with a signal generator. Oh,
I'm buffering again.
Are you?
Yeah, let me drop this back.
Okay. It's held up pretty well. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Got my van life.
Yes, there will be another live stream later.
Yeah, we are going to do later tonight after sundown when the DX is out, which I'm going to say probably about, what time do you think? 6?
35? Yeah, maybe 6 out here.
Okay, this is the maximum transistor Lloyd. Oh, another one, 35 milliamps. It's dropping down though as the capacitors reform. Look at that. All capacitors need to reform. All capacitors. Not just big electrolytics in a TV, but all of them. If you read the spec sheet, it talks about it. That's nice. It's like the tuning capacitor, the screws have come out of it. Nothing. Look at it, it's gone from 35 down to 18 milliamps, and it's continuing to drop as the capacitors reform. So here's what I brought, with the thought of maybe working on these out here. I brought, of course, a little micro signal generator. I brought a can of contact cleaner, the travel size. I brought the little scope / voltmeter all-in-one does nothing well thing. I brought a 100X Tektronix low capacitance probe. But you really don't need this with the spectrum analyzer because I think it's starting to die.
Yeah.
And I brought the capacitor wizard, just because I use it so much on the small capacitors in these old radios. And of course, I brought a soldering iron, a roll of solder, a solder sucker, and some miscellaneous hand tools. But that's really all you need to get if you're going to get into repairing transistor radios. The nice thing is these Chinese toys that do everything but nothing really well are really great for working on transistor radios. Like this thing is, a spectrum analyzer, even though it's not very good, it still tells you a lot about these radios. And of course, this will do your voltmeter and your scope, and so that's like $100 right there. So it doesn't take a lot to get into transistor radios, and you can sure spend a lot of time fixing them. All right, what else?
Someone asked if you brought your shortwave radio with you.
I brought the transoceanic. I could set that up real quick. I could bring that up here real quick, and there's just nothing that thing as far as the performance. We could try the loop out on that. So let's play with that for a minute.
Another California earthquake.
What? Oh, yeah. Getting choppy?
A little bit. It's back now.
Are we starting to...
Our viewership's going down a little bit.
That's okay.
I'll just shop back up. I think we're going to stay at 750-ish, though.
So I restored this years ago, and I made a battery eliminator for it. So it's running on 9 volts, of course, and I have a battery eliminator that bumps it up to 90 volts for the plates. And right now I have the solid state 1L6 in it, the revised edition that doesn't have all of the static. And this thing is just oh, look at our Lloyds. The Lloyds came down to 9 milliamps. It started at 35 and it's come down to 9 as the capacitors reformed.
It's still not in there. Oh, never mind. You got it.
Okay, so I'm on AM broadcast right now.
You are in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, Mojave Desert.
So now, so this thing still has the solid state too.
It does. It only has the solid state 1L6. It has the revised solid state 1L6.
Which we heard, that was all the news always was. Is the government going to shut down? Is it going to shut down? Oh my gosh, it's going to be a crisis if the government shuts down. The government never shuts down. Although we've had, what, 19 shutdowns in the past, I don't know, 10 years, I think.
Well, hey, there's a sweet spot that mutes the radio. There it is. Okay, so there's a place that wakes. Hold on. Okay.
Yes, there are some bureaucrats that will not get a paycheck. Although the majority of them will, some will not. But those people who are not getting a paycheck can go to any bank, credit union, mobster on the corner, 10-day loan shop, wherever.
That helps.
No, they can come to me. Because I'd be charging them 25% interest. And I would go. Because having them assign their back pay to me is guaranteed income. So I would get the competition as the world's elite riders battle for the coveted title of Supercross champion. Monster Energy AM Supercross. Experience it live. Coming to the stadium January 11th and returning January.
They're saying try putting that on the side of the radio. Like a ferrite antenna goes.
No, the ferrite, the antenna's in the top.
Oh, okay.
From Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM.
There, are we happy now? Is that what we
I
wanted?
think so, yeah.
We wanted it inside of it like that.
They want to see
That's weird. It doesn't have a defined peak right now. Just like.
Yeah, I am in an office that is packed with boxes and gifts that need to be wrapped. And my kids walked in here, small kids walked in here very briefly yesterday. I had to rush them out. Otherwise, I would have had to explain who the real Santa Claus is during Christmas.
Well, I don't see our gifts. I don't see our gifts up back there, Buster. Where are they, Alden?
That's me turning. I know you can't see it all here.
We'll find them.
How old are your kids?
There's 4, so they're right at the heart of Santa Claus belief.
So if I put it right here,
But it feels like you're way a little bit in big trouble.
Digging around the decorations and you added the wall.
boy, that actually takes KNX from unusable to usable. I have to say it.
And if you do, how bad is it? What can you do about them? When you call Pacific Coast Termite, they come to your home or business and give you a free thorough inspection. Pacific Coast Termite is no tent, no move out. Orange oil, and I just said, we didn't have
So there's
to use our
KNX.
own treatment. It was so convenient and effective. So yes,
There's KNX without it.
have a 2-year warranty. Let's make them happy, Howard.
I will say it makes a hell of a difference. I mean, you don't even know there's a station there. And then all of a sudden you hear Crimson and Clover in the background. Yeah, so that's...
You just want to support the family. Exactly. It's easy. Pretty cool stuff. Got several Ramsey personalities, my co-host. This is the annual show here. The Russell show here on the Ramsey Show.
Dave Ramsey. I just wonder if I opened the radio and went in there and tweaked the antenna trimmer on the variable capacitor, if I could get the same result. You know, a real narrow defined peak on a specific station, rather than the front end tuning being broad. You're just really defining it and laser focusing it in one spot.
George, we talk a lot about identity theft. Your purse actually got stolen.
I do not recommend it. I worked at Ramsey at the time.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do is we'll come back later tonight. What time is it right now?
It is 1:16 out here.
So I made an absolute mess out of this. And again, whoever decided to use plastic bags as packing material definitely gets the environmental award. Yeah, I did. So, okay, we're going to go through and clean this up. I'm going to hang up on everybody. And the DX will start coming in tonight. I don't know.
Probably between 4:30 and
4:30 and 6. Someone really spent time on this. They really. Get your little meditation spot right there. There's some mines up there at the peak of that. There's a rock crawl up there. They had a tram going up there, I think. You know what I should do? I should just like walk away until the Wi-Fi drops out. That would be appropriate. Which is nothing new. But I started going through and trying to find the schematics for these and getting ready to come back tonight. Wow, that's the delay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's been helping me.
Yeah.
Let me turn it on.
It's all the like digital processing time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I need to end this and then make it public so those who missed it can come back and watch it. And we'll come back tonight. I'm going through the radios. And I missed one. Right there, I missed one. See that? So, yeah, let me end this. If I can figure out how to end it. And then it'll be available for everyone to watch my stupid antics again. And we'll come back tonight when the sun sets. I got to sort of recharge everything. And so let's see. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, I will see everybody tonight with DX. We'll have a DX-a-thon around the fire here.
The plastic bag.